we have the box for the Timex Moonphase. There's the reference if you need it. TW2W51000 if you want to look it up. Standard little sleeve around the box, and then again a standard issue little Timex box. Not horrific, but nothing special. You won't keep this thing. It'll just go in a drawer somewhere or something, or just be thrown away, and who cares. There's the watch. We'll get to that in just one moment. Within the box you have your little Timex user information, blah blah blah. We probably will need to go to that at some point because there is a complication to this watch, you know, so you have to work that out. Underneath this little bit of protective whatever it is there, here is your watch on a little cushion, which I always appreciate. Nice to have a few little cushions knocking about. And here is the watch itself. Little tag on there, again standard, Timex on one side, the reference on the other. And here she blows. This is the Timex Marlin. And I've got to say, out of the box, pretty attractive little watch. Let's go with some basic stats, just get that out of the way. So this thing is 40 mil in diameter. It's 20 mil lugs. It's about 12 mil thick. So, you know, not too thick. And a lot of that is taken up by that glass, which we'll get to in a minute. Because there's a little bit of a stickling? Don't know if that's the right word. A little bit of a sticking point for me on this watch here. The glass, unfortunately, again a sticking point. It's not sapphire, but just a mineral glass. 50 meters water resistance. It's got a 2-year guarantee offered by Timex here. And the layout is pretty simple. At the 12 o'clock register there, you've got the date. At the 3 o'clock, you have the month. And at the 9 o'clock, you have the day of the week. Pretty simple. Very thin, quite elegant hands. One pusher here for basically sorting out, making sure that the date is right and that everything's running properly, so the Moonphase kind of operates the way you want it to. And then everything else is obviously run by the main crown, which is unsigned, both unsigned crowns. Quite easy to operate, quite easy to get a handle on. Let's just open up this strap. Oh. Strap feels, you know, it feels pretty stiff out of the box, but feels like it would probably loosen up in time. Quick release straps, which I always appreciate. Standard screw-on case back, shiny, little Timex kind of worldy logo there. Quite nice looking. The leather here, I don't know what kind of leather it is. Like I said, it doesn't feel the most pliable. It feels like the kind of thing that would soften up, but probably just set into an exact shape. It'll be that shape forever. But nice enough kind of pattern to it. Very nice colour. Now, the colourway of this model is worth talking about because for me, it's what makes this very attractive. That beautiful sort of caramel colour of the strap, along with the green of this dial, which I'm going to try my best to capture it, and not just capture it well and in focus, you know, because that's always just the main target, if we can even do that, but to try and capture. God, what is wrong with me today? Man can't even talk most simple words. Anyway, I'll try and capture it to get it most near how it looks in real life, because this is a really, really delicious green. It really is really nice green on this dial. Let's just whip this little tag off and we'll chuck this thing on wrist. I hate these tags, yeah? Hate them. Hate them. So, additional voiceover Rick here as the microphone died. Just recording this a couple of days after. Didn't want to give you bad audio. Let's talk a little bit about this Timex. What do we love? What don't we love? Let's talk a little bit about this Marlin design. I like it. It's a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, it must be said. I guess those shiny, slightly slabby sides, it's just kind of, just every time you move it, you get a little bit of printage going on. There's a lot to like about this though. There's a lot to like. Maybe we should talk a little bit about operation actually of this watch. It's a Moonphase, but it's not like a real Moonphase. A little bit of a cheaty Moonphase. I think they've essentially done what a lot of companies do, taken a date wheel, modified it slightly to have that little Moonphase there at the 6 o'clock. In operation, you pull the crown out, turn it anti-clockwise, that'll adjust your day. You push on that pusher at the 2 o'clock, that will adjust a month. And then the only way I could work out to adjust the day is to pull the crown out all the way and go for whole revolutions. And then also you have got independent control of the Moonphase register there at 6 o'clock. So you can get it to where you want. How you choose to do that, I don't know. Maybe this is my first Moonphase type situation. Maybe there's some way of doing it, some Moon app or something. I don't know. You're on your own there. I imagine, like many of you, I'm attracted to a Moonphase looking watch more than I am at this price point an actual Moonphase. And let's talk about how this watch actually looks. I think she's a beauty. Those hands, the polished case, the size, that glass, which is something that would give me pause in keeping the watch, but I understand that you might look down at that and go, great. For me, I look down at it and I think I'm going to crash and smash and bash this thing. I am one of God's clumsy creatures, always falling over and bashing into things. That glass is not sapphire, just mineral. It wouldn't last very long. So for me, one of the things I don't like about this watch is that glass. From a safety point of view, not from a safety, but from a point of view of just I would end up destroying this watch quite quickly. But if that's not a problem for you, and if you enjoy the look of a large piece of glass as you look down, that's probably a selling point for you. For me, it's not, but I get it. Horses, courses, I understand. But one thing that is undeniable, I think, about this watch is it looks so good for 130 quid. For 130 sovs, this thing's a banger. If you need a watch just to smarten yourself up a little bit, but you don't want to go crazy, you don't want to be too worried about it, then this, I think, looks a lot more than that price tag. It's very classy, very well executed. And if I just throw it on wrist here, it's not overwhelming on the wrist. Again, there's a lot of glass, there's a lot of dial, but the muted colours, that 40mm case diameter just means that actually it's very, very sleek on your wrist, very low, slips under a cuff, and just, mate, it really does look far more than its price tag, really does. So overall, could I recommend this watch? Yeah, if you want this kind of watch, I'd say this is one of the great ones in this kind of price bracket. If you like Timex in particular, you should get this. Timex have been doing some great stuff with these Marlin reissues and with Expedition North and going back to a lot more mechanical watches than they used to. Great. Overall, a delicious watch, but for me, just not the watch that suits my particular lifestyle, so I don't think I'll be keeping it. But if you do, if that's your thing, pick one up. There'll be a link to this in the description down below. This has been the ABC of EDC, and I've been Rick Flat. Till next time, laters.